Hello. Baruch Hashem, we're starting a new book, Sefer Shemot. And Am Yisrael are slaves in Egypt. And then they cry out, and Hashem hears their cry. And Hashem describes this to Moshe. And he tells Moshe, Ve'et tza'akatam shamati mipnei nogsav. I heard their cry because of their taskmasters. But that's not exactly what it says in the Pasuk. It says, Tza'akatam shamati, in plural, mipnei nogsav, which is talking in singular. Why does it say it that way? V'tza'akatam mipnei nogsav. I heard their cry because of their taskmasters. But instead it says, I heard their cry because of his taskmaster. Doesn't make any sense. The Meshech Chochma on the Torah understands this comes to describe the special cry of Am Yisrael in Egypt. At a time of great suffering, people many times focus on themselves. They become a bit self-centered, and that's very understandable. But the Meshech Chochma explains that the people in Am Yisrael that were suffering weren't only crying about themselves, but were crying about the pain and anguish of Am Yisrael, about how Am Yisrael's status was so low, how they were treated as a nation with disrespect. And this is what Hashem heard. When the private people managed to leave their self-centered pain and to concentrate on the nation as a whole, that is when Hashem turned to Moshe and called him, this is the time to rescue Am Yisrael. Harav Soloveitchik, in his essay, A Lonely Man of Faith, talks about the fact that we always pray in plural. We always speak, we don't say, send me good health, refa'eni, but we say refa'enu in plural. And he explains this in a similar way to the Meshech Chochma, but with a different emphasis. He's saying that the ability to pray in plural is the ability of one, again, to leave his self-centered perspective and to concentrate on the suffering of others, to be able to leave myself and see that other people are suffering too. I'm not the only one. But this isn't like the Meshech Chochma describing it, the suffering of the nation, but it's the suffering of many other singular people, to be able to feel the pain of my fellow man. And that's a different idea, but I think they both come together to a very important understanding of what the Torah wants from us morally, ethically. We should be able, the same way the Torah expects us at the time of smachot, when we're happy, to feed the poor, to look around us and see those in need and reach out, and a simcha, that is, one is concentrated on oneself, is problematic. Also pain and sorrow, that one is concentrated on himself, is problematic. Even at the time of sorrow, one is expected to lift his head and look around and see who else is suffering with me, to concentrate on the nation as a whole, or to concentrate on my next door neighbor who is feeling the same suffering that I am going through, or maybe even more. And this is, I think, an important message for us, to be able to look around and, with all the excuses we have to be self-centered, to be able to look around and help others, pray for others, and to be able to hope and pray for the world to become a better place, not only for ourselves, but for all of our surroundings. Bezrat Hashem, Bekavod. Shabbat Shalom.